Hi, I'm Michael Yardney. Baby boomers are an interesting bunch. They refuse to be pigeonholed, as their lifestyles and their financial situation and even their definitions of retirement vary significantly from each other and from the generations that preceded them. The only thing that remains certain is the fact that we're in uncharted territories, as the ripple effect of baby boomers' lifestyle choices in the years to come will be felt through our whole economy. There are around 2.3 million Australians currently aged between 53 and 68 who are headed towards retirement. At present, the baby boomers make up a significant 43% of our working population. This means within a short period of time, a huge portion of Australia's employed population is going to leave the workforce. And importantly, they're going to stop paying taxes. At the same time, they're likely to become an increased burden on our financial systems as they live longer than any generation before them. And they are going to require increased medical and financial assistance. So our country's money box is facing a double whammy. Now, traditionally, retirees downsized. They opted to a quieter lifestyle and lived out their retirements simply and frugally. But baby boomers are not quite traditional, are they? And what does all this mean for you and me as property investors, and what sort of properties are going to appeal to this demographic? What property investors need to know about baby boomers is that they're going to set a new standard in what retirement looks like and how retired people live. The challenge for property investors is to ensure they ride the high on a wave of change instead of getting stuck in the undertow. Currently, baby boomers sit at the head of the real estate table. They've ridden the property boom and live in large homes in great locations, so generally speaking, they're wealthy and they're cashed up. Add to that a nest egg of superannuation, and baby boomers have unprecedented options when they're going to be facing retirement. Baby boomers are also going to be the first generation expected to live well into their 80s. Many are going to have to work longer than they planned though, because many of them are going to choose to ease into retirement and remain working in some capacity. And most aren't going to rush to downsize straight away. But most will eventually end up downsizing. According to a study by RoboDirect, 1/3 of baby boomers expect to retire with a mortgage, while the conclusion of recent research by AFSA Retirement Standards showed the majority of retirees are likely to drain their savings and their superannuation within 8 years. So selling the family home and downsizing is still going to be popular amongst baby boomers. They're going to hope to pay off their mortgage to be able to afford retirement. Others are going to have to sell up some of their investment properties or their holiday homes. So what are the implications for property investors? The property market is set to heat up with increased turnover and investment opportunities thanks to the baby boomers. So it's going to be an exciting time. But is the market prepared for the direction these retirees want to take? Baby boomers are coming up with an increasingly innovative downsizing solutions. Instead of the traditional retirement villages and the predictable sea change, many are redeveloping their current properties to accommodate generational living. They're looking for smaller single-storey dwellings where they can maintain their independence and their lifestyle. Increasingly, they're going to want to move closer to the city with its convenient transport and its amenities, rather than fleeing north to the warm weather or the relaxed lifestyle locations in coastal areas like Queensland like they used to. So as an investor, what can you do to prepare for this upcoming revolution? Consider this when looking for an investment property. First of all, location is going to be key. Current retirement village options are not as appealing to baby boomers as they've been to previous generations. They're generally on the outskirts of town and require a compromise in lifestyle that baby boomers simply don't want to make. Creating inner city options for retirees is going to be a smart option in the next 10 to 15 years. And then of course low rise is going to be best. There's been a huge surge of high rise developments in recent years as we realise the growing appeal of inner city living. But elevator access apartments, they're still going to sell well, but smaller blocks are going to be a smarter option for baby boomers. And of course, bigger isn't necessarily going to be better. The ageing market's going to want smaller, single-level properties that are close to the city, close to transport, close to amenities. A house with land in the suburbs is not necessarily an investment win anymore, unless, of course, you're considering redeveloping it. And I think for baby boomers, newer is going to be nicer. They're not quite ready to settle yet. They still want to have mod cons, they want the latest furnishings, they want a good demand for a modern lifestyle. Or maybe you could reconfigure. The layout of new property developments need to be considered if it's going to appeal to baby boomers. While single level housing is preferred, stairs, I guess, shouldn't be ruled out altogether. For instance, split level designs can add appeal and interest without deterring older buyers. Of course, it's best to have the main bedroom and living areas on the ground floor. That'll make a bit of a difference. While there are certainly changes ahead, they're not all bad, and investors needn't be too concerned. If you're armed with the insight into the baby boomer mentality and you've got awareness of the impact on the property markets, investors are going to be uniquely positioned to meet a huge demand, a huge need in the market as that demographic tsunami comes and the waves hit our shores. What can you do about this? If you want to understand the sort of properties that are going to be in continuous strong demand in the future, I propose that what you do is have a chat with the team at Metropole. Why not make an appointment to catch up with us? Ring 1300 20 30 30 or go to metropole.com.au, and we'd love to have a chat to see how you can get into the property market or how we can review your current portfolio to see if it's the sort that's going to weather the storms ahead.